Welcome back to Crosshatch Puzzles. We're here for another New York Times Daily Crossword Solve. Today is Tuesday, February 24th, 2026, and today's puzzle is by Adam Aaronson, who has contributed a good number of puzzles to the New York Times. It's Tuesday, so we'll expect a theme puzzle with some hopefully relatively breezy early week fill. So let's see what Adam's got in store for us for Tuesday, February 24th. Utter rubbish. It's probably going to be some kind of slangy term, but I'm not sure which one. Yellowish color for old computer graphics. I don't know what they want here. Showing a smirk. Say. Sly? Make that two. See, I would have thought something like me too, but is 2 and 2 too close? Actress Watts of The Friend, presumably Naomi Watts. Half of a giggle, maybe he. So half is just he. New Yorkans, for example. Doc, who's seen for sinusitis, probably an ENT, an ear, nose, and throat. Nevertheless, is yet. Let's check these other downs. Brew, that's often a little cloudy and fruity. This is probably then not sly, but rye, because I think this we want is wheat beer. Festivals often featuring jousting nights. For short for Renaissance Fair is Ren Fair, and I think they want the plural here, Ren Fairs. Fish in some onigiri, we want eel, I guess. Unagi. Brand of squishy balls, Nerf balls, is that what we want? Hilarious, yeah, ROFL is what we want. They're rolling on the floor laughing. Either bronze animal in front of the Art Institute of Chicago. I imagine they're lions, given what we have. Snowman and Frozen is Olaf, so that works. Remove as a page of a notebook. Rip off, I think that's what we want. This is weird, though. Rip out may be better than rip off, because this looks like a guitar. A Fender Stratocaster, for example, is an electric guitar? That works. Self-written life story informally. An autobiography may be shortened to autobio, though I've never heard that before. Centerpiece of a birthday celebration, usually a cake. Green dip slangily, probably guac for guacamole. Lots of short forms today. Otherwise called in brief, aka, there's another one. Asset for a thrower. An arm, I guess. Someone who throws could use an arm. Another asset for a thrower. Aim, if you're throwing in a particular sport that requires good aim. The disrobing of Christ, for example. Some kind of art piece, but I'm not sure. Supermodel Hadid, I guess Gigi Hadid, given the constraints here. Hideout. A hideout is a lair, possibly. Oh, is this an El Greco? So we're looking for the artist, not the type of art. Avocado-shaped, maybe oval, although ovoid I think is better. Oval I think is specifically two-dimensional, and avocado is not a two-dimensional shape. But anyway, whatever. Old tape players, maybe VCRs, video cassette recorders, also players. One of the matriarchs in Judaism. Trying to fit letters into this, what we have already. I don't see it. Blank gras, Mardi Gras, which, did that just pass? I think it did already pass. Amber, yellowish color for old computer graphics. Amber. Honey bun could be your boo. Limu blank. The limu emu. Limu emu. Anyway, it seems like some kind of spokes character for the insurance company. Brings to a boil. Angers probably is what we want here, given the question mark. Grand project begun by the London Philological Society in brief. The Oxford English Dictionary, I believe. Beds that might have wheels. Cots, possibly. Ethnic group, New Yorkans. That looks like it might be right. Carp in a Japanese pond are koi in a koi pond. Formally denounced, to condemn, I guess. What is this? Its base unit is the kilogram. That's mass, standard international unit. Word after rib or batting. Rib cage or batting cage. Deer blank, road sign. Probably deer crossing, but given that way with the X. Fix as shoelaces, to retie. Blues legend Waters is Ethel Waters. Utter rubbish is Drek, I think. Contacted quickly online, informally is DM'd. And wind on the fritz, as in a piece of electronics, might be died. What about this that starts with an X? President of China beginning 2013, Xi Jinping, I think. Not exactly positive about the spelling, but let's see. Involuntary movement could be a tick. Make friendly to humans is to tame, as in a wild animal. One way to leave a door is ajar. A civil disturbance might be a riot. What happened here? Got some lag in my keyboard. Tiny swine might be a mini pig. This is pretty cool. I can dig it. This is pretty cool. I can dig it, I think. Sprightly dance is a jig. Prefix with sex or brow, unisex, unibrow. Au jus, how roast beef may be served, and Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Oft discarded part of an orange is the pith. By the way, we had an argument among some colleagues last week about what the analogous part of a banana is called, like those stringy bits that you don't eat and you throw away. I don't think the name is pith. If anyone knows, leave a comment. IT pros offering. PC help, maybe? Coffee house chain that owns the domain coffee.com. I really don't know. Shape for flying geese is a V. Protection against flooding could be a levee. Apple taster in Eden was Eve. Pretty large jazz combo. Do we want an octet or a nonnet, maybe? That looks like it fits pretty well. Some reproductive cells are ova or eggs. Imposes as a tax, levies. And so we have levy and levy, levies crossing each other. Pete's coffee house chain? Maybe. I don't know of it, but maybe. This might be Leah, one of the matriarchs in Judaism. Jennifer, who wrote A Visit from the Goon Squad. Jennifer. I don't know. Juice box, question mark, a charger? Is that what we want? A phone charger? Baby ones are Joey's familiarly, so we want baby kangaroos, or roos are Joey's. Jacket closer. Jacket closer. Do we want a word that goes after jacket? I don't see what that is. Or do we want something that will close a jacket? I think that might be it, but I don't see what it is either. Search for groundwater in a way to drill? No. Whom a diary is often shown to? No one. Oops, I can spell. Group of smarties? Maybe Mensa, a group for smart people. Car brand with the Hummer EV, is that GMC? Inch up is to creep up, maybe? A snap could close a jacket. What is this word? There's a word to search for groundwater, and I don't remember what it is. Thyroid, for example, an endocrine gland. Oh, douse, I think. Douse, like that, yeah. And it looks like this is going to be Jennifer Egan, because this will be evening gown. Okay, not bad, just over 8 minutes for this Tuesday. Did we have a theme? E.g. E.g. That's so good. I didn't even think about it. New Yorkans, e.g. For example, e.g. is an abbreviation of the Latin phrase exemplis gratia. Is that right? Exemplis gratia, something like this, meaning example provided. So New Yorkans, anyway, in English, in English usage, it just means for example. So New Yorkans, for example, but each of these entries is a two-word phrase beginning with E and G, ethnic group, E.g. So New Yorkans, E.g., ethnic group. We have Fender Stratocaster, E.g., electric guitar. The Disrobing of Christ, E.g., is an El Greco painting, I believe. Thyroid, E.g., is an example for an endocrine gland. And finally, dress for a soiree, for example, is an example of an evening gown. So we have these 5 themed E.g. clues distributed, I believe, symmetrically across the grid. Yes, very good. Really nicely done by Adam Aaronson, and a subtle, really subtle theme incorporation. What else in here? I don't think there's anything terribly wordplay-y in here. There's a lot of, as I said, a lot of short forms for things. Even half of a giggle is a short form. ENT is a short form. Autobio, a short form. Dear Xing, a short form. AKA, a short form. We have these great crossing twin clues, paired clues, asset for a thrower. We also had, what was the other? There was another sort of pair of related clues, and I don't remember what it was now. What else in here? I don't know what Pete's is. That's the only thing in here that I kind of like don't really understand. Brings to a boil is very light wordplay for angers. And what else? And juice box is pretty good wordplay for a charger, like a wall charger that's an adapter, basically. Yeah, and Dallas is one of those sort of more obscure esoteric words, but yeah, pretty good. Pretty straight ahead puzzle for Tuesday. I really like this theme. If you enjoyed this solve, please give me a thumbs up to let me know. And if you want to know when I'm posting next, hit that subscribe button. You'll get those notifications. And we'll see you next time on Crosshatch Puzzles. Thanks for joining me. Cheers.